nothing really worked for us with the safety car timings. It was at the worst time.
And Hamilton on both sides, they just took my whole front wing off, and then I just lost all the grip.
In the high-speed world of Formula One, where every second counts, teams are constantly pushed to make difficult decisions that can determine their success or downfall. Red Bull Racing, a dominant force in the sport, is currently facing one of those pivotal moments. A significant dilemma revolves around the future of Sergio Perez, one of their drivers. The recent events at the Suzuka race has stirred up doubts and questions regarding Perez's standing within the Red Bull team. With AlphaTauri having already confirmed their driver lineup for the 2024 season and Williams actively pursuing the promising talent of Liam Lawson, Red Bull is under pressure to take swift action. The situation hints at the possibility of parting ways with Perez to safeguard their investment in young talent. Sergio Perez's struggles during the 2023 season have not only been a matter of concern for Red Bull, but have become increasingly evident to Formula One enthusiasts. The Mexican driver, despite his experience, has faced a daunting challenge in the form of his dynamic teammate, Max Verstappen. Verstappen's exceptional performance has not only set the tone for Red Bull's season, but also carried the lion's share of the responsibility in their bid for the Constructors' Championship. As it stands, Red Bull enjoys a commanding lead over Mercedes with a significant 95-point gap. This massive lead highlights the gap between Verstappen's consistent podium finishes and Perez's inability to match his performance. The Drivers' Championship paints an equally worrisome picture for Perez. He finds himself locked in a tight battle for the second position with Lewis Hamilton, who is driving for Mercedes. The gap between Perez and Hamilton is a mere 33 points, a margin that could vanish in the blink of an eye, particularly with 6 races remaining on the calendar. The situation adds an immense pressure on Perez's shoulders. In a sport where every point counts, Perez's inability to consistently match his competitors puts Red Bull in a precarious position. It raises the crucial question of whether Perez can secure the points needed to maintain his position and deliver the results Red Bull expects in the Drivers' Championship. This in turn is a factor that Red Bull must consider when evaluating their long-term prospects and whether Perez remains a viable choice for their future in Formula One. The alarm bells rang even louder during qualifying at Suzuka, where Perez finished in the 5th position, a significant 1.5 seconds behind his teammate. These performances are far from a driver in one of the most dominant cars on the grid would expect to achieve. Perez's struggles climaxed at Suzuka, where his string of mistakes become apparent, not just to the fans, but also to the discerning eyes of the team's management. It begs the question, is Perez the right choice for Red Bull in the long run? Despite this contract extending into the 2024 season, it's evident that the struggles persist, casting serious doubt on his value to the team. Now let's turn our attention to Liam Lawson, a young driver with immense potential. In a car that's far from the best on the grid, Lawson has showcased remarkable consistency. He's currently the highest-placed AlphaTauri driver in the 2023 season, securing 9th place in Singapore and finishing just outside the points in Monaco and Suzuka with 11th place finishes. In all 4 events he participated in so far, Lawson has consistently outperformed his teammate, Yuki Sonoda. These strong showings have not gone unnoticed, catching the eye of both Red Bull and Williams. The prospect of signing Liam Lawson for the 2024 season, that's an exciting one for Williams, and it's not hard to see why. At just 21 years old, Lawson has already demonstrated a level of consistency that is quite exceptional for a driver of his age. His breakthrough moment came in Singapore race, where he secured a commendable 9th place. The performance was nothing short of impressive, sparking conversation throughout the Formula One community about why Lawson wasn't already a starting driver. The promise he's shown at such a young age hints at tremendous potential, and it's the kind of talent that teams like Williams, who are striving for a resurgence, would naturally gravitate towards. Signing Lawson would not only enhance their chances of performing well in the coming seasons, but also potentially secure their position as a strong contender in the Constructors' Championship. On the flip side, Sergio Perez's performance has been underwhelming and leaves much to be desired. He currently stands as the only driver in the 2023 season not to score points in every race. This underperformance has not only been a disappointment for Red Bull, but has also put considerable financial strain on the team that finished 10th in the Constructors' Championship just a year ago. The financial burden that Perez's subpar results represent is substantial, given the cost incurred due to his errors and accidents on the track. Adding to the complexity, Perez's teammate, Nicholas Latifi, has been playing a vital role in elevating Williams' standing in the Constructors' Championship. With 21 points to his name, Latifi's contributions have been pivotal in pushing the team up to 7th place in the Constructors' Championship, an accomplishment that adds another layer of intrigue to Williams' considerations regarding its driver lineup for 2024. The predicament Williams finds itself in is nothing short of precarious. The team has been on a journey to reestablish itself as a competitive force in Formula One. Given their recent history, they can ill afford to adopt a passive approach in the face of the golden opportunity. The chance to secure a promising talent like Liam Lawson for the 2024 season is unquestionably within their grasp. Lawson, at the tender age of 21, has exhibited a level of consistency and potential that few drivers his age can match. It's a situation that beckons Williams to seize the opportunity and leap forward, potentially solidifying their place as a formidable team in the Constructors' Championship. Their performance in the ongoing season with Nicholas Latifi's contribution highlights that they have the potential for greater success, and Lawson could be a vital piece in the puzzle. However, the urgency is not solely on Williams' side. Red Bull, too, finds itself in a precarious position. They must act promptly and decisively in response to this challenging situation. The risk of losing Lawson to Williams is real, and this is something they cannot afford to ignore. Formula One is a dynamic, competitive landscape, and Red Bull's dominance can't solely rely on the exceptional talents of Max Verstappen. Other teams, such as McLaren and Mercedes, have shown significant progress throughout the season, narrowing the gap and pushing Red Bull to maintain their performance. Moreover, the presence of Liberty Media and new ownership within Red Bull, with a vision to create a super team from 2025 onwards, adds an additional layer of complexity. The pressure is on Red Bull to ensure that they have competitive and promising driver lineup for the foreseeable future, and the fate of a potential superstar like Lawson could significantly influence their path forward. With these developments in mind, it's essential for Red Bull to address the situation with urgency. Christian Horner, Red Bull's team principal, recently hinted at the possibility of Williams being reluctant to sign a driver on a one-year contract. This hints at Red Bull's plans for 2025. In contrast to Red Bull's expectations, Lawson has expressed his reluctance to continue as a reserve driver in the upcoming season. He mentioned, "I wouldn't be happy to go back to being a reserve, but I understand how hard it is to get into Formula One. I haven't really thought about it too much." While Red Bull may not have much to offer Lawson right now, except for the coveted race seat, the situation poses a significant dilemma. It boils down to a complex decision: adhere to Perez's contract obligations or take the risk of losing Lawson to Williams in the upcoming season. It's undeniable that Lawson seems like the perfect fit for Williams, as he can consistently push for points and potentially drive Latifi to become a better version of himself as a driver. The change in environment could offer Albon the chance to measure his progress outside the Red Bull working environment. This critical juncture has prompted Christian Horner to open up about the team's foreseeable future with Lawson. He acknowledges the risks of losing the young driver to Williams, a situation that could worsen if Mercedes sees an opportunity to snatch him up. Horner stated, "Having Daniel there as the benchmark, I think, is beneficial, and it will only help Yuki to learn and grow. As for Liam, it's only a matter of time before he gets his opportunity and a full-time chance." The opportunity for both Williams and Lawson to sign a contract for 2024 is evident, but it's Red Bull's decisive action that remains uncertain. With the damage caused by Perez and his less-than-stellar performances combined with the potential Lawson has displayed, the numbers paint a clear picture. Red Bull needs to act promptly. A significant factor to consider is that Lawson is only 21 years old, and unlike Mick Schumacher, who has also made his debut in Formula One at a young age, Lawson has limited Formula One experience. Red Bull's dilemma lies in whether they're willing to gamble on Perez's future or risk losing a potential future star. So the question that looms large is whether Red Bull is willing to make this bold move of parting ways with Perez and investing in Lawson. It's a challenging decision that carries substantial pressure. Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.